Thank you for watching us. Welcome to Community for Truth Consciousness, or as we have been calling it, CFTC. My name is Ashley.
And I'm Aidan.
And we're here to talk to you about why we started this site and kind of how we got to where we are, and maybe a little bit about what we hope to accomplish. And I'll let you go first.
Right, so CFTC, or Community for Truth Consciousness, was started because of my own personal and Ashley's search for our spiritual beliefs, what we feel resonate with us on a personal level. And when I say personal level, that means what we personally believe ourselves, not what a church or an organization or a doctrine is trying to tell us we should believe, but what we actually feel and believe within our own core being. So Community for Truth Consciousness was started as a community for people to come together, like-minded people who want to share their beliefs, maybe learn about different beliefs, different practices, and see what resonates with them, and add to their practice as they travel their spiritual path.
Right. We had been looking for a church, basically, or a place to go on Sundays. It didn't have to be a church. So that we could kind of find our spiritual place. When we first met, we talked a lot about spirituality and religion, and we had a lot of similar beliefs. And Aidan had been to a place called Unity, which sounded amazing to me. And we did find a Unity church in Gainesville, and we actually attended for quite a while. There's been a fluctuation in the leadership, and one of the things that drew me to Unity was the fact that they allow all religions. They believe in all beliefs as part of, like, all paths lead to wherever you're going. Like, everybody's path is okay, basically. And I really thought that was great because I feel like I never learned any traditional religion. And yet I always felt like there was kind of something missing. Like, something missing in my life. So I was drawn to, my spiritual side or spirituality. And I played with a lot of different spiritual paths. And, I don't believe that one or the other is right or wrong. And so, we talked a lot about it, and we just weren't able to find anything here right now for us to go to that really has been enhancing our spiritual path, enhancing our spirituality. So we decided that maybe we wanted to create something ourselves.
Right. For me, I've studied a lot of different religions, different beliefs. From the age of 16, I was raised as a Baptist, and I always had problems with the Baptist beliefs. I just couldn't believe there was a God out there that people worshipped, who you learned about fire and brimstone and eternity and hell and just going through that kind of pain. And for me, God is love, and if God is love, if that's God's pure essence, then why would He not forgive why would He not forgive us? Why would we have to suffer an eternity of pain and stuff like that?
So Aidan and I were out there looking, and we tried a lot of different local churches, and we hadn't been able really to find anything that fit our needs. If we met people that we really liked, or we felt a good vibe at the church, then something else happened that made us uncomfortable. And it's not mostly the people, it's kind of the message. A lot of places have a message that doesn't allow you as a person to go off on a tangent, I guess, and I feel like spirituality, you should be able to just do what feels right for you. So if it feels right for me to read tarot cards, or if it feels right for me to say my yoga practice is a spiritual practice, or if it feels right to me to meditate today but not tomorrow, or whatever it is, then I should be able to do that. And we found that not all places thought that way.
So for me, at the age of 16, I left the Baptist church that I was raised in, and I started my own personal search for what I personally believed in, and what I thought might be out there that would work for me. At the age of 18, I joined the Air Force, which it was a great experience and step forward for me as far as my spirituality went, because I was able to travel all over and study different religions, meet with different people from all over the world who had different practices, different beliefs. And one of the fundamental things that I found is that no matter what religion you are, the ultimate goal is to be a good person and to better yourself and the people around you, and to reach that higher goal or higher being of existence that everybody strives for. So I began to think that maybe I didn't need to go to a walled room to listen to people share their ideas, that I needed to just look deeper within myself and see what was out there for me. So I spent many years studying all different kinds of religions, and I eventually was led to Unity, actually here in Florida, when I moved down here. And I found that Unity was amazing for me at first. And I say at first because over the years, things have changed. Again, I think personally for myself, as I begin to grow and to learn, you begin to discover things that, that's a good idea, but it doesn't work for me.
Right.
So I moved down past Unity. I still find myself there once in a while, maybe once a month, listening to a guest speaker that I really enjoy listening to. But to say that I am a practicing unitic, whatever they call themselves, I would have to say no. I'm a spiritualist. I'm walking my own spiritual path. I take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whatever works for me. As I, travel further down that path, is trying to better myself and the people around me.
Yeah, I mean, when Aidan and I met, when we talked about spirituality and religion, I remember that even though he grew up, Baptist, and I grew up nothing, and I wouldn't say I was atheist, I would say I was more agnostic. That's the way I grew up. We had a lot of similar beliefs about how the universe works and how, and about whether there's something beyond just this life. And for me, I think it was probably around the same age, about 18 or 19, that I thought, well, maybe there's more out there, right, than just, going to school, and maybe I need to do some sort of spiritual work. I felt like I needed to. So I, read a whole bunch of books, and I really connected with the idea of the goddess. But I never found like a group that I connected with. So until we went to Unity, and I really enjoyed that. But I do find that I like to dabble in a whole bunch of things. I tried Buddhism, I tried Hinduism, mostly because I practice yoga. And I think I would say, I would almost say that I was New Age, except for I do feel like there's a negative connotation out there for people who are New Age practitioners. What is that other term? Oh, metaphysical. Metaphysical. We have read a lot of metaphysical type books, which actually I learned a ton from. But I think mostly what I also say is that I'm spiritual. And I choose my spiritual practices from all sorts of different types of religions. And I think that's fine. You can choose what works for you, and it might work for you now and didn't work for you before, or what I might have been practicing 10 years ago, I might not choose to practice right now, because we all grow, and we also need to find something that fits into our lifestyle at the moment. So I think that's why we started this group, is that we were looking to find a place or space for our spiritual growth and enhancement. And we also wanted to create a space for other people. We found that we weren't really able to find that. We were looking, right. When we haven't been able to find really a place for other people to talk about their spirituality. And in their spirituality in all-encompassing. Like you can be a Hindu, you can be a Buddhist, you can be an atheist, but I don't think you can be an atheist. I mean, I don't know.
Even if you're an atheist, you still believe that that there is no God. So you still have a belief that there is no God. But I've talked to atheists, and I've read a lot about atheist practices and beliefs. And even though they don't believe in the God, the white bearded man that sits up in heaven on his throne, and people are shepherded and sheep and stuff like that, a lot of them still believe that there is something beyond what they are. What's
so they can be. I mean, hey, an atheist could have spiritual practices also,
but not believe in a God as like the church God.
Right. I don't believe in the church God, to be honest with you. I have, and that's one of the things. Like when we've been to churches, I have a lot of negative thoughts about the church God, and so it's hard for me to attend a regular church and not come out with negative thoughts. And I think part of being a spiritual person is, being open-minded and letting go. So yes, I'm trying to be open-minded, but I'm working on it. I think we're all working on it. So I think we're looking just for.
Well, that's the whole idea with CFTC, is that we're all working on it. We're all walking our own spiritual path, and a lot of times you're looking for that place where you can go and talk to other people who are walking their own path, and share your ideas or learn something new. And a lot of times you can't do that in church because you're afraid of the ridicule or how people will judge you or look at you. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with church, because church in itself wants or makes people want to be better, want to help other people.
That's true.
The only problem is that you're following a doctrine that somebody else created, that there was their own personal belief, and now they're trying to make it your personal belief. And if you don't believe it, there's nothing wrong with trying something new. There's nothing wrong with discovering what else is out there.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that us here, we are trying lots of different things to find what else is out there. And that's what this group will be all about, exploration, I think, and discussion. And so, we are going to discuss things. And hopefully they're spiritual. No, they will be spiritual things, and we'll learn more about spirituality. I mean, I'm not saying, and I'm sure you're not saying that you know everything that there is to know, because I know you don't.
No.
I know there's so much more out there. And so we're here to explore.
Right. Spirituality can be found in anything you do. So, join us. Learn more. Share. Definitely share. We want to hear what other people are thinking, what other people want to teach other people.
We want to talk about what spirituality is for you. We want to talk about what practices you do. We want to talk about practices that you are interested in that you don't know really how to get there. We want to talk about anything basically to do with spirituality. If you think that washing your dishes is a spiritual practice, and just let us know why. We can talk about that, Mm-hmm. We do have a Facebook group, we have Instagram, and we have our website. So please check us out in all those places.
And if you're interested in getting really in-depth with spirituality and talks, we also have a spiritual mastermind group that is forming right now. If you're interested in joining that, we are in the Gainesville, Florida area. So if you're not close, I understand it's going to be hard to do. Maybe eventually we can get it online and have a spiritual mastermind group online.
I think we can.
But right now we're trying to form a group here in Gainesville and take that first step.
We're really excited for it. We're really excited to get this going. We love spirituality. It's fun.
Yes.
It's exciting. It's I don't know. It brings us. It's something enlivening, if that's a word.
Yeah, if you're going to continue to grow, you have to continue to learn. Knowledge is the secret, and nobody knows everything. Nobody has actually gone and come back that we can solidly prove. Right. So nobody knows. Nobody, it's all beliefs, it's all theories, it's all ideas.
Yeah.
So share yours, learn some more, learn some new ones, and take it in your own hands.
Yeah. Up-level your life. I've been liking that word, up-level.
Up-level. So thank you for joining us. Again, like this page, share it, tell your friends.
And we'll see you next time.